Hi everyone, thank you for watching today's video. Today I'm going to be going over some recent makeup and beauty purchases that I have made in 2023 so far, now that we're almost at the end of February. And it kind of made me realize a lot of the things I had been purchasing were repurchases of old favorites, and so I kind of wanted to go over different products that I kind of consistently go back to, even if it's not immediate. There are those products that are just kind of tried and true, and while it's fun to try out new products and new formulas and new brands, sometimes you just are like, I just want that like tried and true concealer in my drawer for me to just grab on a day when I just don't want to mess with anything else. So today I'm going to go over all my new purchases and then kind of go through the ones that are repurchases and why they're my favorites. So if you want to see some of my favorites and new purchases for 2023, then just keep watching. So I'm going to go through my new purchases and favorite products in the order of how I would apply them to my face. So we're going to be starting with skincare. The first skincare purchase I made this year was the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Moisturizer. This is a slightly pricier product from Neutrogena. I believe this was about $30, $35 from Ulta. But I really wanted to start getting more into some of the anti-aging ingredients. I do have, it's probably hard to see on camera, but I do have some like wrinkles on my forehead, just like smile lines around my mouth. And so they don't bother me a ton, but I just figured I might as well try out some anti-aging formulas, and Neutrogena is one of my go-to brands for skincare. And just to show you, one of my favorite everyday moisturizers is the Hydro Boost, and I have one open and then I have two backups. So that should tell you that I really like the Neutrogena brand and just their skincare. I feel like it's a good price range of products as well. Like I said, some of them are a little pricier, but I think that I've always had good experiences with Neutrogena. It never, breaks me out or does anything to my skin. I don't react to it in a negative way. So that makes it a go-to for me. And I just feel like Neutrogena is such a tried and true, like OG skincare brand that I really do trust, and I enjoy their products. So I continue to purchase them. Some other skincare products that I purchased recently were from Sephora. And I bought a couple items from the Ordinary brand. This is another brand. I haven't used these particular items before, but I have used a number of items from The Ordinary. Their glycolic acid toner, their primer, their like everyday moisturizer, their hyaluronic acid, their niacinamide. This time I decided to buy the lactic acid plus HA and the, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Azelaic acid suspension 10%. I did look up on the Ordinary website. They have a great website where it also kind of lays out what each ingredient does and the intensity level and which ones you can use together and that you should not use together. So these were listed as products that were really good for moisturizing and anti-aging. So the Azelaic acid suspension is in the little tube, and I think this is going to be really good for like brightening my skin as well. I have not used this yet. I'm trying to work through some of the skincare products that are currently in my rotation and kind of use those up before I start introducing new products. And then the lactic acid is in the little dropper, and this is something that I would use probably in the nighttime. And it says that it's kind of a superficial peeling formula, so again, just kind of helping to resurface and help with maybe some anti-aging properties. When I ordered from Sephora, something that you should always look at is the offers page. Sometimes there isn't really a lot there, but sometimes they have some really good offers and deals and promo codes for particular products. So when I did my Sephora order, there was a promo code to get 3 trial sizes of skincare, and they're actually decent size samples. They're not just like the little foil packs. So the first one I got was the Ulla Henriksen, the vitamin C cream. I have had samples of this before and really like it, so I was excited to get another one. And then the other two, which you got a choice among probably like 6 or 7 products, I decided to go again with something with the anti-aging ingredients. So I got 2 products that have retinol. The Dermalogica Dynamic Skin Retinol, just a little tube of it to try out. And then this brand I have never heard of, Shani Darden. This is also their retinol formula, and retinol is supposed to be helpful for smoothing fine lines and wrinkles. So again, I haven't used or opened any of these yet, but I will once I kind of work through some of my current skincare items. And then another item that I have not repurchased in 2023 yet, but I know I will probably in the next month or two, and that has been a repurchase for me in the past, is the Supergoop Glow Screen. I think this time around I might get the like unseen sunscreen instead of the glow, just because I don't really feel like I need that extra glow, although it is nice to have the glowy one in the summertime on days when you're not really going to wear any makeup, like if you're just going to have an outdoor day and you just want this all over your face but still get a little bit of, you know, that makeup no makeup look. It's nice, but this is definitely a product that is a repurchase for me. I know e.l.f. came out with like a dupe version of this. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm debating if I should try that one first before repurchasing this, because this one is a little pricey. Let me know if you've tried the e.l.f. one and if you think it is comparable. The next items that I purchased so far this year are some face and complexion products. The first is the L'Oreal True Match Nude, the Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. I just got this last week, so I've only used it a few times. I'm wearing it today. I can't decide if I like it or not. I like the concept of it. It's just, and it is a serum, so I wasn't expecting, you know, super full coverage, but I kind of wish it had like a tiny bit more coverage than it does. This is very light coverage on me, and on days and weeks when I feel like maybe I'm having some skin issues, this doesn't really seem to be covering it, so then I have to like either put on a second layer or put on a lot more concealer than I would like to. I think this will be really nice in the spring and summer months that are coming up, for the days when I just want the really light coverage, or days where I'm feeling like my skin is looking pretty okay on its own and I just want a little bit of extra. I also did buy a pump for this. This originally comes with like the dropper thing, which is horrific, FYI. I will put a link to buying the pump on Amazon, which has been really helpful. The next complexion product that I bought, that I've had so many of these over the years, it's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Under Eye Concealer. I haven't opened it yet, but this is definitely a go-to. This is, I don't even know, I've bought like probably 10 or 11 of these since I started doing makeup. It's a standard, it's a go-to, it does the job, it works great, highly recommend. For a face powder, this is not a repurchase of this specific item, but I feel like I have had the Covergirl pressed powders in the past. This is the Clean Fresh one in the pink packaging. I got the shade, did I get the translucent one? No, I got porcelain, thinking it was probably still gonna act like a translucent one. And I've only used it a couple of times. I like it. Like I said, the Covergirl powders in general, I have owned a number of those in the past as well. Not the Clean Fresh ones, but just their regular powders. So definitely kind of a go-to, just a really nice basic powder formula that seems to work consistently for me. I have also brought 2 new blushes into my makeup collection so far in 2023. The first is a cream blush. It is from Rare Beauty. I just absolutely love this packaging. I like the pink. I like that it's like this little like bubble. I like that it's a magnetic closure. I got the shade Nearly Neutral, and I just like this is a really great everyday blush shade for me. I'm not wearing it today because I'm wearing my other blush instead, and the colors don't really go together. But this has been super nice. Really enjoyed this. It's really creamy. It does feel maybe like a tad of that like greasy feeling and like slippery, but I just like that it's kind of it's called Nearly Neutral, so I just like that it's a really subtle, light cream blush. That's the kind that I like. It's really easy to blend out. The way I typically wear this is I will put my foundation on first, and then if I'm gonna do a cream blush and bronzer, I do that next before I then powder, and then sometimes we'll top off with a powder blush. That's how I wear this. Been really enjoying it so far. I want to get my hands on one of the Rare Beauty highlighters, but I'm kind of holding off because I've seen in reviews that they are really, really intense, and that's just not really my style for every day, so I don't think it would be like the best use of my money, but they are so pretty, and like I said, I really like her packaging. The other blush that I have is one that you have already seen in my video from last week. It is the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. This is the one that I'm wearing today with a highlight, but I just really like the peachy glow that it gives to the skin, and I have been really enjoying finally having this in my collection. This is such a iconic blush from Milani that I can't believe I had never even been tempted to own it before. It's affordable. It's like 10 bucks. I got mine at Walmart, but I know they have this color everywhere that they sell Milani. It's not just specific to a certain store. But yeah, it's just a nice, sheer, peachy, glowy blush. Been really enjoying that. And I will link my video here and below of me trying out this blush in last week's video. Next, for eyes, again, like the blush, you've already seen me use the Luminoso eyeshadow palette from Milani. I'm wearing that today. I did pretty similar to the look I did in last week's video. I did this in my crease, this color in my outer corner, and then I did Luminoso all over the lid, and then kind of used Beam as my inner corner highlight and brow bone highlight. I've been really enjoying this palette. This is sold exclusively at Walmart. I do recommend it if you can get your hands on it, but I wouldn't go out of your way to order it online and pay extra for shipping or anything. But I do think this is a really nice springtime palette, and I've been enjoying it. Another eyeshadow palette that I've been wanting for a long time, and I don't know why I just never bought it because it's literally $5 at Walmart, is the Profusion Mauves palette. I bought this in late January, early February. I thought it would be really fun to have for Valentine's Day. I did a Valentine's Day look video a couple weeks ago using my ABH palette and my Natasha Denona Mini Love palette. But on actual Valentine's Day, I did end up wearing this. I just really like how big the pans are. The shadows all seem to work really well. And another fun thing about this palette is, I mean, not all of these would work for it, but the pans are big enough to where I could get a blush brush in some of these and use them as a blush. So I really like that this is potentially a multi-purpose palette. And again, it is $5 at Walmart. Really, really glad that I picked this up and really enjoying it so far. These palettes I wanted to mention as favorites that I kind of always go back to. I purchased some of these in late December, so not quite in 2023, but I still wanted to give them a shout out since I am mentioning some favorites and go-to products that I repurchased in this video. And I've already talked about these a bunch on this channel. It's the e.l.f. bite-sized palettes. I have 3 right here. I have pumpkin pie, cream and sugar, and rose water. I just really enjoy these. I know some people aren't super impressed with them, but for me, them being $3, I feel like these all have, you know, pretty nice everyday color stories, easy to grab on the go, throw in your purse if you're traveling. I just think that there aren't any more, but I mean, unless this is such a bigger palette, but you know, $5, $3, it's getting harder and harder to find really affordable makeup at the drugstore these days. And so that's why I wanted to give these a shout out and just say that you don't have to be spending a lot of money to be getting a lot of color variety and a lot of options in your collection. Speaking of e.l.f., 2 other go-to products for my eyes that I have repurchased many, many times over are their brow products. I use the e.l.f. Wow Brow almost every single day. It's just their brow gel that kind of has the little fibers in it. I use the shade, I actually never know, is this like taupe or blonde? It's the taupe blonde shade. This every single day. And then I recently repurchased just the little brow pencil spoolie. This I've also had a lot in my life, and I kind of always go back to it because again, it's a $3 product. It comes in a blonde shade, which I don't know, for anyone else who has like actual blonde hair and actual blonde brows, it is really hard sometimes to find a brow product that works. They're always too dark, and a lot of brands actually don't make like a true blonde product. They'll make like a taupe one, and it's really just still too dark. So I really appreciate that e.l.f. has this as an option, and for $3. Finally, for lips, I did purchase a few new lip products in the past few months. The first was kind of a repurchase in a way. I bought 2 of the NYX pencils, just like these are like $4 or $5 at Ulta. Again, I just feel like it's getting harder and harder to find super affordable makeup at the drugstore, but these are so good, tried and true, and they are repurchases. The new one I purchased was Ever, and it's just a nice neutral shade. So that is Ever. And then the repurchase is the shade Peekaboo Neutral. This I have owned before, and I lost it, or it's been like tossed away, or it's at work somewhere, I don't know. So I just went ahead and purchased another one. So we've got Peekaboo Neutral on top, Ever on bottom. But they're both just really nice everyday wearable lip pencils. I like the formula of the NYX pencils. They are, it's a you know, wooden pencil, so you have to sharpen it, but I feel like the formula of the actual product, it's like slightly drier, which some people don't like, but I do, because then I feel like it kind of stays in place better. Some other lip liners that I've had in the past, I feel like the higher end ones, their way to make it feel more luxurious is to make it creamier, and while that feels nice, sometimes I feel like it just slides around and doesn't really stay in place. So I do like this formula, and for like $4 or $5, like, you just can't beat it. Today I am wearing Ever, lining my lips. And then just to show you the other color that I also have in my collection, I have Auburn, which is a dark, like a darker purpley color. This top one is Auburn, which honestly, that's my one gripe. Like, that does not look at all like what is on the end cap. But I have this one for like my fall and winter ones. This one I usually wear when I pull out my Fig Jam like Revlon lip butter. This goes really well with a color like that. But yeah, so I own 3 of these, technically 4, because I might have another Peekaboo Neutral somewhere in my life. I don't know where it is though, but these are always go-tos, and I will continue to repurchase more colors as I need them. I also got sucked into the e.l.f. new lipstick. I got the color Dirty Talk. I believe I already talked about this and maybe demoed it in another video that I have posted maybe back in January. So if I have, I will link that below. But again, I really like this. I think it's a really nice everyday shade. The quality of the packaging is just so nice. It is a more expensive e.l.f. product. It's $9 for this, but I think it's worth it. Finally, this is the final purchased product that I have done in the past few months, and I'm wearing it today. It is the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink. I got this shade Cheeky, number 35. Again, wearing it today, I feel like it is a really nice, everyday, like pink neutral color. It's not a full-on liquid lipstick. Like, it does kind of dry down a little bit when you put it on, but it's not like super dry to where then I feel like it has like sucked all the moisture out of my lips. Like, it's still, I can still, you know, press my lips together and move it around a little bit. So I don't know, I've only been trying this out for about a week, but so far I really like the color. I think it's like a Your Lips But Better color. There were so many options, and I kind of just impulse bought this at Ulta the other day. And I saw this and I was like, you know what, the display on the end cap looks really nice, so like, I'm just gonna grab this, and I've been really enjoying it. So that is all the products that I have purchased so far in 2023, along with a few of my favorites and go-to items. I feel like it has been a lot of purchasing for me so far in the first few months, so I'm gonna try and restrain myself going forward, but I do feel like a lot of what I purchased, everything was pretty much drugstore. This was really the only, yeah, Sephora high-end item that I purchased, and then these came free with my $25 purchase. So that is pretty good to me. Again, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know in the comments what some of your go-to tried and true products are, or if you found anything in 2023 so far that has just like blown your mind away and that you would recommend. Also, let me know if you've tried the new e.l.f. sunscreen that's supposedly a dupe for this. I am really interested in that. But yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.